Okay, first kind of form we want to make is an easy work submission form, and this works for any project that your kids are making online that has a digital link, a Google Doc, anything where you just want to have a list of all their assignments in one place. So let's title this Project Submission Form, and it's going to be a very simple 4-question form is what I usually do for my class. So first question type is last name. And because kids aren't super brilliant sometimes, I put example press so that they hopefully will pay attention. It's not a multiple choice question I want, but a text question. Their answer will go here. I don't need any advanced settings, and I want it to be a required question. My second question that I want to get from them is their first name, just in case. And I usually put example Sarah, so that they hopefully get it right. And again, this is a required question. The third thing I want to get from them is usually their English period, so I can sort by, I can see who's turned in by period. And so that's going to be a multiple choice question. So I'm clicking add item multiple choice because I want them to title it right, and I don't want some to type in the word 3 and some to type in the number 3 or spell it wrong. I want them all to look the same. So I'll put English period here. It's going to be a multiple choice question. I don't need any help text. Help text is pretty self-explanatory, and I just enter the periods that I teach, which for me is 3, and then I click the next one, 5. I also teach 6, and then I click here, and 7. And then I want this to be a required question. I don't want them to be able to skip over it, so hit done. And then the last thing that I need from them is the link to their project, and they can just copy and paste this from the Google Doc or from whatever project that they've created online. It should give them the link for their finished project, and I just need to get that submitted to me. So I'm going to add, and it's going to be text, and I'm going to put what is the link to your finished project, and I'll leave it as text and keep that as a required question. Done. So that's all the information that I need. You could disaggregate by ASCP, you could ask for other information, but this is a really simple way just to get the information that you need for students to submit a project. When you're done creating your form, you click on View Live Form, and this is what students are actually going to fill out. So the address up here in the Chrome bar above the form, that's what you want students to get to. So you can post this link on School Loop. I often go to bit.ly and create a shortened URL, or you can embed it in the project directions. To create a shortened bit.ly, it's super easy. You need to create an account for free, and this has the advantage of saving. You can see all the bit.lys I've saved over time, so I don't have to remember what they are. I can always go back and look them up. You need to get the long URL from your form. So here's that project submission form. I need this long address. I'm going to copy the whole thing, and I'm going to go back to bit.ly and paste it into this paste a long URL here to shorten, and it will immediately pop me up a shortened URL. So I can tell my students to type in I, capital J, capital T, the number 2, and then lowercase SIU. And so I could write that on the board, and that will get them to the form. I can also customize it, and I have to create a bit.ly that nobody else has used before. So maybe I want to create something, it's a project about pigeon populations. So it's going to be called Pigeon Pops Project, which nobody should have used before. And now I can copy that, and so if my students type in bit.ly/pigeonpopsproject, they will get to this form where they can submit their project. And if we try it this way, they type in up here, bit.ly/pigeonpopsproject, and now they end up at my project submission form where they can fill out their name. So say I have a student who's Amy Smith, she's in 5th period, and the link to her finished project is the link to this form, and she's going to hit submit. On the teacher end for this, here's where I've created the form. We clicked here to view the live form. Clicking here is where I see the linked spreadsheet that will be automatically created for data entry. So now if we click view responses, we can already see Amy Smith's submission. She's in 5th period. Here's the link to her project. As students submit their information, you end up with all of their last names, first names, periods, and links in this spreadsheet, and you can sort them, for example, by last name in alphabetical order to make it easier to match them up with your gradebook, see who's checked off what. And then it has the advantage of being able to just click through a series of links. So you don't have to go through your Google Drive, you don't have to go through a bunch of emails from kids. All the links for the projects are right there. So that's one great use of Google Forms.